Afternoon, so today we're at a Citroen Berlingo Multispace, and I think it's a diesel. So the customer's complaint with this one is when you take it a run, I'll let you take it a run, it appears on the dash that it says engine malfunction and a lack of power. So we're doing a scan and I can see we've already got 3 faults in the ECM. So if this is a diesel, place your bets it'll be the AdBlue pump. I'm not sure if it is a diesel. No, it's no. Oh, hey, it's a three. I think it's a 3-cylinder petrol. Wait a minute. So I thought it was a petrol. It's quite quiet. This is a PSA engine. This is the same one that's in the Ford Focus, the Peugeots, and the Citroen. So AdBlue, DPF. Let's see. Here's a new one on me. So Papa 15A8, engine oil pressure circuit, engine oil pressure below minimum threshold, engine oil pressure circuit, engine oil pressure lower reference value not reached, and inlet air charge pressure lower than reference legislative threshold. So let's record this. Is this engine? It's got a funny oil pump that can control. Let me think. Is it OCR they call it? Oh, here we go. Let's just go first. Be EDC, I would imagine, eh? EDC 7. Let's try the newest. Yes. So let's try this one, EDC 16. Yes. Try this one. Definitely diesel. Read fault codes. So oil pressure. Read data stream. So let's. Oh dear. Well, this is all the subcategories. So here we go. Engine lubrication. Select it all. Oil pressure. Protection inactive. Estimated carbon quantity of oil 0. Estimated rate. Oil pressure 16 bar. Oh, it's through the roof. You would think that's oil pressure switch. 18 bar. You can see that yourself. So graph. Plenty pressure. So what was the code saying? No reached. Let's go and check. Dip the oil. Let's dip the oil and see how much is in it. To see that the pressure's dropping. Let's see. Let's go back. We'll just select. Unselect oil pressure reference. Okie dokie. We'll graph it. So even there we're sitting at 6 bar. It's looking for 1.43. We think that the oil pressure switch will just be near the filter, you would imagine. So I don't know how long it takes to decay oil pressure. You can imagine it go down pretty quick. In fact, see if I can get the data off a Focus. My son's got a Focus. Oh no, it's older than this. So that's sky high. Indeed, the oil's clean. I think it's just been changed and it's at the right level, so it's no overfilled. So let's just crank this over and see how it shoots up to. Right up there, eh? That's far too high. I'll be ready to blow the engine up. So we'll watch it decay again. 3 bar. So it's 2.5 bars, so what's that? 2840 PSI. I'll phone a man that knows. So here's a decay. So it dropped down to 0, did you see that? Or maybe that's when I turned the key off. and there. Right, let's phone a friend. Before we phone a friend, let's see, it says they're temporary faults, but it's complaining about the oil pressure being below. So let's clear them out. So clear fault memory. Yes, yes. Switch it off. Switch it on again. Okie dokie. Countdown. That's been cleared out, so let's read the fault codes. Right. So let's go back into our data, see if that makes any difference. Engine lubrication. Still high. Rocket high. Let's take it a run. So the faults came up, I give you this warning, and then it says, oh, stop start still works. Right, so it comes up. Let's see. It says engine fault repair. Oh. Anyway, you would think, see that pressure? That would be blowing seals to smithereens if that was it. Maybe this is bum information. I'm going to try the hotel tool on it. So let's see what code came right back. Read fault code. Engine oil pressure. Engine oil pressure lower reference value not reached. Or engine lower than. Engine oil pressure circuit. Engine oil pressure lower reference value not reached, or engine oil pressure lower than the reference value. So to me that's too high. So there definitely is a fault. So let's try the hotel on it. So even the hotel is agreeing that that figure's high. Look, oil pressure 260 psi, and it's looking for 37 psi. And the code definition, trouble codes, oil engine circuit engine pressure below reference value. Well, we believe it's above it. Engine oil pressure below reference value. Okay. What does the service manual say? Nothing. So freeze frame. No, nothing there. So the best way to do this is to get a gauge on it and see what the actual oil pressure is. So we'll take it back to the garage and see if we can do that, but I'll let you know. Right, I've just been on a very knowledgeable man. He wouldn't want me to give you his name. Top secret. Anyway, what he said to me, he agreed with me, if that was at 260 psi it would blow this engine to smithereens. So what he said was, key on engine off, after about 2 or 3 seconds the pressure should drop to 0. And you can see I'm sitting here with key on, engine is off, and I'm sitting at 93 psi. So there is something up with that sensor, the oil pressure sensor. I should have 0 psi, and that reference value should just be when I start it back up. But he said sitting at idle, if you're getting 37 psi, that'd be brilliant, he says, but that figure they're showing you is impossible. So we need to locate where this pressure sensor is and order up a new one. So it's good to have friends, especially them that's got a bit of knowledge, what a difference it makes. You can see there the oil filter at the front, but I can't see where the pressure switch is. Very difficult. It must be at the back of the engine. But seemingly this is the 1.2 petrol. I think it's the diesel. It's 1.2 petrol. There's a petrol. Look, there's coil packs. So I don't know where this pressure sensor is. Let's phone the main dealer. We've located it. I'm just telling the punters. We've located it. It's right down there next to the exhaust. Can you see the oh, it's hard. That's it, right in the middle there. It's golden colour. It's a pickier place. Squeeze between the exhaust and the aircon compressor. And the tab is upside down, we can't get off. Finally got it disconnected. That is a mammoth task, that. I don't know how we've got to change it, but you can see the pressure dropped to 45 psi. George, you alright to start it, lad? Can I start it? Right, we're in neutral. So let's watch this. So there you go, because we've disconnected it, it's reading default. So we're ordering one up, and I'll show you where it is. In fact, we should have changed our code. Escape. There we go, oil pressure drift. So the circuit intermittent. That's all the codes. I'll show you. It's up there between the compressor and underneath that little intercooler. We had to get a screwdriver up there. Can't even see it. Oh, murder. So there's the connector there. My friend had to put a screwdriver up to pop that out. So it's a 3-wire job. And I believe that defaults to 45 psi. Here I'm going into the first pin, just using the power probe. This should be a ground. You see we've got a good ground there. Very small pins, by the way. Let's go to the next middle pin. That's a funny looking bias voltage indeed, if that is. No sure. Let's go to the last pin. We need 5 volts. So there's the last pin. Oh. See, we've got 5 volts. That's there. Sorry about the light. My light's kaput. So if we short 5 volts into the middle pin, see what that looks like. So putting a resistor between it, I don't even know where it's at. I'll show you the scan tool. So the scan tool's now reading minus 95 psi, so we'll turn the resistor and see what we get. To say this is my new kit, you know the story. Dave Sterling got one, Sandy Anderson has to get one as well. Got that for a bargain price, by the way. Oh, Dave was a bit scunnered because I got a bargain. I think this was just over 100 quid. Looks quite nice, made by, I think it's what do you call it, that company that makes Power Probe. They make this kit. Anyway, let's turn this. I've turned that dial enough to make it read 0 psi, but I'll tell you the ohm scale at the end. I'm not sure what it is. Back to minus 14 again. Anyway, I think that proof of concept. We need a switch. Sorry, a switch there. What we're looking for. Intermotor. There's a part number. Here's what I should have done earlier on. Apart from wasting time and putting the wrong information into the scan tool. Should have got some help here. So here we go. Diagnosed Dan TSB. So it says PSA 2012 to 2018, and it covers the 1 litre, the 1.2. Well, that's what I think we've got, the 1.2. And the EVTI Pure Take. It also covers volts, so it says. So here is our code here, the P15A8 engine oil pressure circuit, engine oil pressure below minimum threshold. So indeed, rather than me saying we have a high problem because we're on the wrong data on ECU in the scan tool, it's low. So here's the problems. So it says here, this is a well-known issue and may be caused by several problems. A faulty oil pressure control valve for control of the oil pressure. That's on the Euro 6, that'll not be us, that'll be diesels. This valve is located at the bottom of the crankshaft case housing, behind the crankshaft pulley. See the picture. This problem also occurs on Opel Vauxhall models with this engine. This bulletin, however, is about information regarding the PSA models, that's us. Problems regarding clogged oil strainer may be due to the fact that the rubber fragments from the timing belt got stuck in the oil strainer. So this is us back to the EcoBoost engine, innit? Wait, timing belt, it breaks up. In this engine type, this disintegrating or cracking of timing belt surface is a well-known problem. So there's other bulletins on it. It says, contact the local original equipment garage to learn about the possibilities of warranty or goodwill payments. Well, that's what we'll be doing. So then it says, if this problem occurs, perform the following. Disconnect the oil pressure control valve. If there is rubber fragments here, proceed to the next point. If necessary, replace the valve. So I think that's near the oil filter. Remove the oil sump and check the oil strainer. That's a good idea. If necessary, replace the strainer and the pump. Disconnect the VVT control valve. If necessary, replace the valve. Remove the oil supply banjo bolt to the turbo. Check the strainer and the bolt. Replace the strainer if it's heavily soiled. If the strainer is completely soiled, check whether the turbo has been damaged. Disconnect the vacuum pump. Clean the engine thoroughly before assembly. Replace the timing belt kit. After repair performed, we recommend carry out at least 2 oil filter changes. Clean the fragments. If necessary, finish the repair by checking oil pressure and VVT control valves as well as the strainer and the banjo bolt and the oil pump for fragments. And then it gives you some pictures there of where it is. I'm not sure if that's your engine or no. Ours is HMZ, our engine. And there's fragments within the strainer with the VVT control valve. There's a strainer blocked up. That's no soil VVT valve, that's a pickup pipe in the sump. A soil vacuum pump, that's no vacuum pump either. Oil strain, there we go. So I think we'll round this video off. It needs to be stripped down and checked for a timing belt. It's breaking up, so there we go. Sorry for the muck around, but we did learn a thing or two, but what a wasted 2.5 hours of my life. Cheers.